Everybody all over the world, welcome to the last and final installment of all the classes basics, where we spend an enormous amount of time looking at all the different classes basics and how to play them. And then at the end, of course, we have our favorite boy, the spy. Yes, this little guy, as you can clearly see, here, has very interesting playstyle. Is very difficult to master and play because you doing well with spy relies on factors that you have no control over, mainly the enemy team. While a good spy can be devastating, a bad or mediocre spy can be kind of a sabotage to your own team in many ways. So we will go over the basics of the spy today, and we're going to be looking at what you should be doing and not doing. So there's a difference between basics and tips. Basics is basically the things you should just be considering whenever playing spy. You can be good or bad at them, and they're not very specific. Like, if something specific like this happens, you do this. That's a tip. Basics is more like it will cover everything, more or less. So we have the return of our favorite boy, starting us off, showcasing us how to play spy, doing the basics. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to our boy, the man whose demo takes a while to load. But here we have Enigmas. He is back. And there we have the burning aspire. Ooh, an engineer called... so here's the thing about backstabs. They don't work unless you do a trick stab. Oh, the trick stabs. Holy shit. Oh, sentry. So then we're going to disguise as... nothing as they just stop shooting. And then, sniper dot on the wall. Oh, we know what that means. That means we have to shoot the explosive barrels and kill the sniper. Oh, spy, get him as well. And then we shoot the heavies melons. Obviously. And then you have to go through the pyro ritual. You have to pass through the gates of flames. He has the dead ringer, so he's ready. And then you meet Team Merciless 2004. Just kills you. Good stuff. And people that tuning in for the first time and thought like this was serious spy basics episode, it is, just not the first one. So let's just go into the first one, which is called identifying the threat. Because as a spy, your whole role is to act on the threat that is preventing your team from winning, is essentially that. So the first point, which I have on my whiteboard here, is that as a spy, you play spy as a response to something. And what I mean by something is that there's usually something that you don't know about the enemy team that you would like to know, or that there is something preventing your team from attacking, either a very good player or a group of players, sentry nests, etc. These situations would normally call for a spy, because unlike all the other classes, spy does not occupy any form of space. We've talked about this before, but when you are occupying space, it means that your mere presence in an area will deter the enemies from occupying that space. They will just kind of see you and back off. Heavies and soldiers, demos, and sentries usually are the strongest classes with this contender. Like, you just see them, and like if you see a spun up brass beast heavy in a room, and you're a pyro, you're not gonna go in that room. You're just gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna try something else. So therefore, by you as a heavy occupying that space, you can kind of deter them. But whenever someone sees a spy, they go, let's get them, let's kill him now. Everybody, call out, it's a spy. We even have an in-game call for that. So that's what is so difficult about the spy, is that you don't have this occupy space mentality, but rather you have this other utility where you can do other stuff, where killing the opponents isn't necessarily the best choice. Sometimes just dragging opponents away from where they want to be. If you can get more than one person to chase you as a spy, that is pretty good. So we've seen Rob San here just being running around and doing some spy stuff, but here, okay, we have pyros, 2 sentries, and engineers and stuff. So this is definitely like a point where, unless you have an Uber, which, let's face it, you don't really have that often in casual. I mean, unless you are the medic providing the Uber, right? I mean, no one else in casual ever plays medics except you. So there you go in with the sapper, and look at this. They're like, oh, neatly signed up. So this is a great place to play spy, especially if his team would attack at any point in time. However, you don't see this, but we've seen this engineer is on fire, so that means his teammates is close by. And then he tries to go for, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna fall to my death. But then, look up here, guys. Freed and Robsan, all of this stuff. Oh, great support there coming out of Robsan, despite that you fell down and died. So that's what I wanted to just mention on the next point there. First, on the first point I have, you should always do it as a response to something. Now, you can open spy on when the gates open, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense. It would make sense to be another class, maybe a soldier going for a suicide, and then you can switch to spy later if the situation calls for it. If you want to be an effective spy, because God, oh God, when the fourth spy enters your team, it's going to suck, because since spy doesn't occupy space like the other classes do, having more of him sucks. When has a team that has had like 3 soldiers, and then you get a 4th soldier, and then the other's like, you know what? We have enough soldiers, or demo men. Like, it never happens, never. So this is Robsan, still. As a spy though, you can turn invisible, and you can also, get information. But first of all, you can pick stuff as a spy. You can pick classes, you can be like, you don't deserve to live anymore. But okay, so here we have a very standard situations where we have a couple of guys who be like, I want to win this game. And then they've decided to go heavy, and they have a medic who isn't healing them. He's practicing the crossbow. What an idiot. So this is a situation where, as a spy, like, what can you do here if you're facing this as the other team? Well, you could go sniper and shoot them from a distance, not risking anything. You could go demo man and shoot them with a pipe, because if you hit one of these guys, it's going to count for 2, so you basically double your pill count. Also keeping you fairly safe, because you do that for a distance. Or you can stand really close with 10 health and a knife. Oh, he's sneaking around. He also has the watch that allows you to stay cloaked forever if you're not moving. And 1, 2, 3, and then he dies. But I have to say, he went 3 for 1 there. He killed a medic and 2 heavies. That is very key targets. Now removed. It's a 3 for 1 trade. Your team is in the plus. Absolutely worth it to be a spy in that situation, given your team is able to deal with whatever the enemy is doing. And as Face Parrot says in the chat, fail stabs, which we saw in Enigma's intro video, where you're supposed to get a stab but you don't, will totally fuck you. Have you ever heard of a miss rocket, where you shoot a rocket and it just doesn't hit? No, because it was a crit, you shit. Right. So spy is a support class, we've seen him pick, so this is also about supporting your team. This is a dandy belly button, by the way. This is a Moss Rock, the map. Also using the kunai, which gives you more health on the stab, so that is basically this playstyle of stabbing someone, staying around for a bit, and then leaving. So we're not gonna, we're just gonna do a fake sap. We're gonna run up to it and then sap it, and then just leave it there. So, as a spy, you work best when you're behind enemy lines. Well, that point is pretty much close to the enemy spawn. I mean, the enemy spawn is there. There's the spawn, there's the point. You're supposed to be behind enemy lines. Well, there isn't really that whole much of space on this map. So, Danny Bell Button is just gonna make the most of it. So, you can be disruptive. You don't have to get kills. You can just bother people, get them to focus on something else. So there's a little jump you can do at the back here. We have a sentry. Keep in mind, sap the sentry first. Go for it. Oh! The trick stab! The side matador, the stab that was in the back, because shoulders your back, apparently. And then just hiding in the corner. Keep in mind that outlines will show when you're close to the enemy spawn, or in general when people are spectating you. There we go, getting a kill. Oh, look at that, 200, nice health. And jackpot, jackpot, jackpot. Get the engineer, get the gun. They don't even know what's going on. Oh, the heavy turned around. Oh, shit. Totally forgot to mention that. If the enemy turns around and sees you, you're fucked. Unless you can pull up some crazy trick stab maneuvers. You can see the enemy is very busy with, there we go, fail stab into a proper backstab. And you can see now, These guys can be like, well, we can either chase the spy and ignore the point and lose, or we can go to the point and get stabbed and lose. So that's a pretty good deal there that you have for the enemy. They can either pick this option and lose, or pick the other option and lose. And this area is pretty clear, which makes all the enemies go on the other side, because, you know, as a spy, you don't want to go there. And then Ben goes in and... ain't no thing! So that was actually an example where you are actually able to be behind enemy lines when there literally isn't any more space behind them. Like, you're at their spawn. So keep in mind that if you spawn and there's a guy standing like on your team that's not an engineer, standing close to your entry, it might be a spy wanting to stab you like Dandy Bellybutton did here. So overall, pretty good spy plays there. Team was able to capture, you were able to support it, that's the basics. Assisting your team quite nicely. So this is Dandy Bellybutton one more time, going away from the kunai now to a regular stock spy. And this is one of the examples where you as a spy will often spend a lot of your time just being invisible, doing nothing. And if you're invisible, the enemy doesn't know you're there. So you're invisible, you're not doing anything, you're spending a lot of time doing the nothing, you're just waiting for an opening. You are effectively dead, all right? Unless you can convey some information to the team other than, guys, there's enemies at the payload, guys. I know this, I'm a spy, I saw it. And that's, you know, the fourth spy on your team is usually, you know, that guy. But look, okay, okay. Oof. A lot of information there. What did we see? Let's go back and see what kind of information we got. So there's a medic, there's 2 snipers, sentry. All right, so if you go in as a spy here, stab the medic, you're gonna get blown up by the sentry. If you run up to the sentry and sap it, everyone's gonna turn around and shoot you. If they have ears and aren't trash at the game. So now you have a lot of options of who you can kill. This engineer's been dominating you, so I would say like the sentry is definitely a key target. This medic, of course, Uber, whenever you can kill medics is good. Snipers, maybe. I mean, any sniper worth the salt is usually hanging out back here, so I guess they aren't worth their spice. So we'll see exactly what Dandy Bellybutton does. So now we are fully aware of the situation. So just hanging around in the back here, there's a sniper, and so we now announced our existence to everybody. So, oh, we got a huntsman sniper, that's not a good pick. But then the medic decides to just kind of leave the team. But now they know that we are here. And there's another ooh, pump, oh, whoa. Anyway, so now I would say, let's see, can we see the Uber for the medic? Let's see, can I? You should look at that because you can see it. Okay, 73%. Yep, absolutely a target worth stabbing. Oh, but they know we're here. We're doing nothing. All right, go for yes, and we survived and we died. But we traded for a medic. Medic died. No Uber for the enemy team, which is going to allow your team to push in with an Uber. So great, great stuff. I do have a balance mod that we play on after the streams, sometimes, and sometimes other times as well. This was one of those sessions where we absolutely filled the server. So this is none other than Drury playing on the balance mod server, and you're like, wow, HiGPS, you're going to show a demo that isn't from the official game, that's from your modded game? Hell yeah, because this is a lot better. Spy is good. We've given Spy some minor buffs, in addition to another, like a spy walk feature that allows you to run fast. But we're just going to see what he does here. So, soldier with low health, gonna stab him, and it's probably gonna be featuring some of you guys. If you see your name here, that's cool. If not, maybe next time. So I'm just gonna grab this, and there's a dispenser, and isn't gonna zap it because that would have alerted the engineer. And then stabbing alerting to play spy, that is you watching this episode. And he stays alive, so that's pretty good. So what I really like that what he did there, this goes with like the basics of just fooling people. Many people are like, spies like, a building, I have to sap it. But if you run past it and you don't sap it, you're far less suspicious of being a spy, right? Sometimes when I play engineer, I like to put out what I like to call a spy trap, which is basically like just a teleporter that I'm not using that is just somewhere, like maybe in a hallway. So if it gets blown up, I know someone's there. If it gets sapped, I know the enemy has a spy and stuff like that. So if you just ignore it, then you can choose to do other stuff. So here we have Pennywise. Not so wise, he's dead now. And there we go. Grabbing this. And standing on the dispenser just to get some health back. Team is pushing. I do believe I'm on his team. Forget what I was playing at the time. And sees the medic. Blab! And gets the butter knife. And there we have a I'm the healer. Yes, I'm the healer with my secret attack, so that's why we're winning. Alright, so there's we have Dendy belly button that we've seen before. Throws gas passer, but gets literally blown to bits. He decides to go up. So now he's with his team, doesn't really need to cloak, but chickens kills him, and then he kills chickens. So far, he hasn't really been averting any threats, but oh, look at this. A heavy that is busy checking the stats on the balance. Gets killed. And now, there really isn't any more place for us to be behind the enemy. So he's just looking around with our team. So you can see that he... Oh, sees a medic. Blab. Oh, missed, whiffed. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Fine, alright, so hasn't been that effective. So now we're running into the territory of where you're spending an abnormal amount of time doing nothing, which is the downfall of the spy. But he goes in once again, getting information, grabbing this, and oh, well, someone moved all, oh, there's that heavy again. Oh, I killed him a second time, feels good. And then standing on the point, capturing, shooting, dying. Fucking dab on that mod. So, did alright for a spy there. I wouldn't say that the situation really called for a spy in that situation because the enemy didn't really have a super strong, this is what's keeping your team from winning strategy. Because there are a certain amount of times where you play spy and you just have no impact on the game whatsoever. You might as well have been inside a box, making a video about it on YouTube. So this is Drury once again. This is not the balance mod. This is back on the official game. He's using the big earner. Gonna run up here, see some buildings. So he's just figuring out who to attack. Of course, medics definitely worth getting, but then again, free kills is fun. Getting the speed boost, getting the medic, and surviving using the speed boost that I suggested, or someone suggested that I suggested to Valve, which they implemented in the past, which is now this knife. Speed for health. And then you're spending all some time running around doing nothing. But he did get the medic, and he's gonna get the soldier, so he's definitely making his mark. Let's see what he decides to do now. So now is the time where the red team basically has nothing, and if the enemy has nothing, then there's really nothing a lot for you to do as a spy. So, I'll take care of this dispenser. Oof, those dispenser picks, very important. Just ask any Highlander player. Killing the dispenser is always a call out. That's an enemy spy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So there's a little tip that I got from an email from Amadeus, which we will see later. This is just basics, but this is just a tip. If you ever get bumped like that and the enemy notices that you bumped them, you have to change where your direction and where you are going, like your direction, where you are running, completely. You don't want to be predictable when you do that stuff. And then, of course, if you can't stab them, shoot them. Of course, bullets around the revolver curves sometimes, meaning you won't hit shit, which is fine. And now he's behind enemy lines and okay, cloak, and it's going to be escaping these guys. He's wasting the engineer's time, which means the engineer isn't building, which is what we want. So if you can get people to waste your time in addition to your own, they are essentially dead as well, like this. Top spy plays 2019. Oh, what's this? A sniper? I wonder if this is a free kill. And then he decides to go and capture as well. You can see the intensity from the red team isn't impressive. It's not like, you know, when we had an balance mod when everybody knew what they were doing. There was like, it's like a bunch of chickens just running around doing nothing. And then he's just looking around. There's nothing going on. Nothing. Like zilch, nothing. The cart's moving, the red has nothing. There's like this one scout that we stabbed for some reason. He would have died to that sentry or gotten denied. So in a situation like this, Drury could be in spawn and do nothing, and the game would proceed as it does. Like, he gets kills, but the people he's killing aren't doing anything. They're just there. You can see the cart hasn't stopped moving because there's not a lot of people. And then here we go. In case you haven't noticed, we have the famous 3 spies on our team. So, what is the enemy team doing? Are they working on some major contraption? Are they working on some super secret defense? Oh, we have a teleporter. Where does this go? Down here. Alright, well, there's a guy we've been battling before. Think the engineer's gonna die? No, he lives. Trick question. The engineer always lives. Is this a free kill? That's a free kill. Getting the stab, using the speed boost, running up here. I was like, let's see what that... Nothing. There's not even a sentry up here. The engineer has literally been doing nothing. There we go. Killed the demo man that had 54 health that would have died to the medic hitting the crossbow. That's where we're at in this game. And jumping on the railing. Alright, so picking up metal from fallen buildings. That is pretty good. Let's see what they have here. It's still nothing. And then we die. Do you think his team won? Do you think the Blues beat the Red in this instance when the Red team was doing jack shit all game? So, in that sense, playing Spy, when you get sort of kills like these, you can think like, oh, I'm such a good Spy. Dude, I got so many kills, but like literally you could have done nothing and the game would have played out exactly the same. Which is kind of a bad thing with, where it's a bit of a difficult thing with Spy, because Spy is like, he can help a team that's already winning continue to win, but then he can also help a losing team to lose even more. Like if you're a losing team and you're like, I'm gonna go Spy, I'm gonna turn this around, and then you change from like a soldier or demo or heavy to Spy, and then like the space occupying class is gone and the enemy team just waltz over you even more. That happens a lot. So, this is an example of that, where you as a Spy can, like, even though if you're doing everything in your power, it's not gonna stop the enemy, like you would with another class that's like a door stopper, like Soldier, Demo, Heavy, Sentry. So, this is Swiftwater, Karma's camera. Oh, look at this, it's just a buffet waiting. The sniper keeps killing the guys we want to kill, by the way. Anything Spy can do, Sniper does better. Sniper does everything better than Spy. So we kill these 2 guys, which was of minor threat level. We have a sniper in the back here at the Razorback, can't stab him. So, funny thing about the Razorback, I think Karma's camera, if this guy wouldn't have had the Razorback and Karma didn't, like, let's go back a little bit. Just back up a little bit here. Let us just show you how much, with you as a sniper, wearing the Razorback, it can fuck your team up. Like, literally. So this is just speculation as what if an alternate universe. So let's say we enter an alternate universe where Karma's camera is like, oh, sniper's in scope, he doesn't have the Razorback. I mean, this guy does, but let's say he doesn't. Karma's camera's like, okay, I'm gonna go and stab him first. Free kill, right? So what happens is that in this universe, Karma's camera goes, I have to go get him. And we don't see the medic. And he's like, get the stab, get the stab. It's a very slow Spy. And then he goes in and he goes, right? And then, let's see, this goes faster. Stabs him. The medic and the heavy, they hear it, they turn around, they kill Karma's camera, and you're dead. You, ladies and gentlemen, as a sniper, without the Razorback, have saved your medic's life. However, in this occasion, we are not so lucky. And also, the heavy absolutely did not notice anything. So, he went in, got the medic, got the heavy, and then they just kind of cap anyway. They just... Karma's camera killed, I think, like 4 or 5 guys, lived, and then they still capped. Because you are not a space-occupying class, so you couldn't stop them unless you got that Pyro too. And as we know, Pyros are good against Spies, unless the Pyro's shit and you are good, then the Pyro is not good against Spy. So that's one, like... I'd tap that, stealing so many of your kills. Is that a Spy? Is that a Spy? Yes. Oh, is that a Spy? I'd tap that. You're suspiciously good with the headshots, whatever you're shooting. Anyway, going back into the cave. Let's see if we can continue this. So here we have the sniper with the Razorback. Totally saved you from getting killed by a Spy, didn't it? Not only did it get your medic and heavy killed last round, it also got you killed this round, so congratulations. And then he just kind of lets the medics live for some reason. Kind of a small little mistake there, but who cares? And then now his team has sort of stabilized, and they will be able to defend this. I'm just gonna fast forward through here. He's just being in this hallway, picking off whoever he can. Kill the heavy again. There's a sniper. Soldier, shoot him with the revolver, run back. As long as they're not pushing the cart, they can do whatever they want, right? You don't have to kill them. You can just waste their time. Pyro, not gonna contest that. We have the icicle, spicicle. And then heavy gets killed. Sniper can't do shit because he has the razorback. And then only a minute left. We lose the knife, who cares? Random crits are a bunch of poopy. That's what they are, if they happen to you, but if you get them, oh, they're great. It's like, sometimes it's great to have a poop, but it's not great to be pooped on, I'd say is the correct analogy here. And just shoot the revolver. It's a decent tool, except when the bullets are curving, which is something I have made up, and I can't hit my shots. 3, 2, 1, Karma's camera. Third place. Cool. So that was one of the examples where you have a spy that's really good, and then the enemy just does the objective anyway, even despite you killing them. So, one guy that hasn't been submitting for a while is Amadeus. He is now back. He says he's busy with competitive, but every time I look in Discord, he says he's playing Apex Legends. Anyway, he's back here on Spy with Letranger, the Black Rose, which is just a reskin of the normal knife here on Borneo last. And let's see how Amadeus makes his return. Okay, we've instantly spotted a couple of threats, something we need to do something about. The medic dies, this sentry is our main priority, so we're just gonna go and sap that, nice. And then, oh, the engineer, Bergen, the Norwegian city, actually fixes it, and there's 2 pyros. All right, so we're gonna have to wait for them to leave. I grab this, so we still haven't reached the time where we're useless yet, so let's try this again. All right, so we're gonna uncloak, sap, and stab, yeah, got him. Got him. Random crits are a bunch of poopy. So, I mean, what you gonna do when the scout comes for you? So this is Amadeus once again, and sort of something similar happened to me, so that's why I'm not showing it happening to me. I'm just showing it happening to Amadeus because let's laugh at him instead of me. This is Frontiers. I'm guessing like being rusty as a spy and not playing TF2 for a while, you kind of forget a few things. Like it takes a couple of, holy shit, 1 HP. Jesus, get back into spawn, get that health back, boy. All right, so we have 2 spies on our team. That's an acceptable amount. Too much reports, so it's like, sentry. All right, so we're just gonna run in. And can you tell me if Amadeus have forgotten anything? Has he forgotten something as a spy? He has! He forgot the disguise like an idiot. Oh, it reminds me of like that old TF2 comic where a guy is like undisguised as a spy and he's coming up to the other team and is like, hey guys, I'm on your team. Woo! Amadeus, professional TF2 player. Forgets to disguise. Ooh, been a while since you played Spy, huh? I'm not gonna show it, the ones you did good in anyway. I'm just gonna show that. Anyway, let's move on. This is Safri Gray, who I don't think we've seen in a while. He's actually gonna be one of the few where he's using the Dead Ringer, because the Dead Ringer got a kind of a super duper nerf, where it's kind of in the useless realm in terms of a reliable spy watch. Because look at the time you have to take before you can do anything again as a spy. So I think it was at like 7:36, right? Was the last time we went out of cloak, completely drained. And it's already been 10 seconds, you know? So we're gonna go up to like... Yeah, so around like 20 seconds of you not being able to do shit. But that's not gonna stop him. He's gonna get the stab, butter knife. Couple of kills, not big threats. I mean, the soldier definitely was a threat, but the pyro wasn't really scary at all. Like, if I jetpack onto the sentry, I can pull an Amadeus, was what that guy thought. So, goes in here, sees nothing, in disguise, of course. Deadringer, as for the basics of what melee weapon or the cloak to use, I would say like the stock is overall your best bet because it allows you, if you just pick up ammo packs, allows you to do the most stuff. But the Deadringer is definitely a nice mix-em-up tool. Like, I wouldn't say constantly run Deadringer, because that will make you... predictable! But like a mix, you know, Cloak and Dagger, Invis Watch, all of them are viable in the right situations, depending on what your enemy is doing. And then Snipes a Dispenser. And then gonna work on the Teleporter, which we can't hit for some reason. I'm not sure why you did 21 damage instead of 40 there, but okay. And then using the Deadringer once again to escape. Running back here. And then, nice and easy, healing back up. And then we have to wait for fucking forever. We have to wait a whole Titanic movie before we can use the Deadringer again. All a term had to do to not get butter knifed by Saffrey Gray was to use his uncanny scout speed to just not run into melee range. But he did use his scout speed to run into melee range, and so he died. He died as he lived, running forward at any point in time. So I think like at this point, playing Spy might not have been the best choice because you're not behind enemy lines, you're not really doing anything, there's not a huge threat. Like, there was a heavy there, but he died to that bot Jones Pyro, so he did that all by himself. So now he's just backing off, acting like it's on his team, but nobody sees him. Oh, but we have a target down there. We have a medic that needs to die. Huh, yeah, getting the stab on the medic. We have Deadringer ready to escape, but nobody kills us. And going for the soldier, gets the stab. There's another medic. Scouts in the way. Get the... Fine. Of which none of the enemy saw or shot Safari Gray. Keep that in mind. He whiffed 3 stabs running in the middle of the team with 30 health and no one hit him. I'm starting to doubt the enemy's capabilities here of spotting a spy, because Spy is the class where you can be a total, like, Spy is the ultimate noob stumper class, right? If you kind of know what you're doing, you can kill like an infinite amount of new players in TF2, which is what a lot of like Spy compilations exist of, killing people that have absolutely no idea what they're doing. But then he dies to a term, who then runs into a sentry and dies, despite being shot by the exact same sentry before. Ideally, if you ever tried playing Spy against competent players or competitive players even, I remember back on when I played in my community server days, it was very common for a Spy to get a kill, and then everyone would turn around, because you hear the scream, like they scream loudly, and there's a kill feed announcement that they died, and then you would just die as a Spy. However, in casual, since there's such a huge gap between skill levels, you can easily get away with bullshit. And if you keep getting away with bullshit for a long time, you get these nasty habits of when you're playing Spy, like you think your enemies are idiots, and then whatever you're trying to do as a Spy doesn't work against competent players. Because I've seen that a lot, right? You've seen the Spy. You are like, you see a Spy, he whiffs or kills someone, and you start chasing him, and he runs up the stairs, and he's like, really, you're gonna try a stair stab, and then you just stop, and then he jumps into you and you just kill him. And that is because that works against bad players. But you want something that works against everyone, regardless of skill level. Which is why I should practice stair steps more. This is rare, by the way, using the very balanced Diamondback. Not on my server, by the way, so this is the one that does like 100 and, what is it? It does a lot of damage, basically, regardless of range. So it's like a better ambassador, basically. But we have a ton of sentries here, so that's good for us to take care of that. So we can go for stab and sap. And then, of course, when things get sapped, we get crits. And let's see how much damage. We can, okay, so sap this. And 102, yes, that's fair. And then we sap all this. And then sap this. Completely neutralized all engineer presence, getting 2 crits. That's 104 damage, which we're gonna spend on this 20 HP spy, and then have a violent freak out because we missed it. Oh, it's like crit screaming a sniper. If you ever want to see someone have a panic attack, just do that. Crit screaming a sniper and be like, "You have to do well. You have to perform now." It's like, I can't with you looking at me. Same with the same feeling with the Diamondback. There's a lot of pressure. So just shoot normally, I guess. Like opting even to not shoot. I mean, is this medic a threat? No, absolutely not. He kept healing the spy that was on the point. But to him, it was a teammate. Oh, yes. And another stab. We got now 102 damage we can use. We can kill a soldier in 2 shots. Oh, but the Lime Engineer. He has no idea what's in store for him, does he now? Oh shit, he saw the, oh god damn it! He saw through our clever disguise. Man, that engineer sure knows what he's doing. I mean, what should we do? Rare, how will we ever do? This is the follow-up one. He's like, god damn it, stupid engineer killed me. I had 2 crits and stupid, I'm gonna stab him. First I'm gonna kill this demo man, get the stab, and there's a medic here who is running after me, and there's a sniper who's basically a free kill. But we have our eyes set on the prize. We must have the revenge of this engineer who humiliated us. Well, we had 2 crits. Granted, we only have 1 now, but that should be plenty to kill this one engineer. So first we're gonna wiggle through our weapons as we slowly approach the target, and then we are going to absolutely positively, oh shit, he sees me. God damn it, I can't stab him while he's looking. Oh no, he's swinging at me again. God damn it. Well, luckily for you, I missed my shot despite having my crosshair on you, and oh my god. Okay, cloak, run away. Cap! Let's capture! Yes, you don't see this coming, so let's just slow it down a bit and... Oh shit, he's coming for me. Oh no, shit. Oh, we have 1 health, and then... He just... walks off the point, just as we predicted. Oh, the mind games get fucking shit on. Pepsi Man, more like... Pepsi can't do anything. Or whatever the anime girls laugh or something like that. So, great comeback. What I really liked what he did there is that he used the positioning of the dispenser to not take any damage from the sentry, so that was pretty cool. Other than that, I would say that was pretty lucky. That was a Charlie Niner. All right, so this is another one from Rare. Gonna show us that he has absolutely no impact on the game whatsoever. Might as well not have been in the game. So, cards going forward. Is that guy a threat? No, but it's a free kill. So we'll take it. Engineer is building there. He's gonna get overwhelmed pretty soon because he doesn't have everything fully set up. We have the unstoppable combo on the payload, which is, let's see, what do we have on the payload? I actually didn't see. We have 2 heavies, yes. So that, of course, is going to render the opposing team absolutely baffled, as they won't be able to do anything. So we haven't really done much, but there isn't really that much to do stuff. I mean, we have this. We can kill the pyro, and we can shoot this. No, we can just leave the engineer there. Sure, why not? Because actually, leaving an engineer behind your lines, if he builds a teleporter, it's actually going to help your team to win. Because that teleporting behind enemy lines doesn't work if everybody does it. But if whenever someone sees a teleporter that goes behind enemy lines and you type in the chat like, guys, I have a teleporter that goes behind their spawn. And everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna go there. And then your entire team is behind the objective and not in front. And your enemy is closer to the objective than you are. Not the best thing. So there we have a pyro. I think he would have lived. Probably not. Here we have a bunch of buildings at 3 points. Gonna sap all of that. Which then a heavy then kills, so the heavy was right behind it, so that pyro we stabbed would have gotten killed by that heavy, and there's an engineer. Well, mini sentry, that's a threat. I wonder if anyone on our team would have been able to deal with it, considering we have a ton of stuff. So that was, what was that? Wait, hold on. Was that the first actual trick stab of the day? Let's see, let's go back. A couple of ticks, just have a look and see exactly what happened, because, you know, it's cool to look. So there we go. Just have this in here. We've seen this, and then we run up here and we jump and we do this. No, can't. No. Okay, so that was what a trick stab. You just wiggle your mouse and then you hope to God that the hit registration gods are on your side. It's essential of a random crit, I would say. And then I can hear the keyboards of all the spy mates. I'd be like, actually, it's a very complicated and refined method of getting kills. You shouldn't take it so lightly just because you never learned it. Like, he had 1 health. Didn't need the backstab. Anyway, I don't think that 50 HP heavy would have been a problem for a demo that lands 100 damage pipes. There we go. Oh, a sentry. I could be useful here. I could be useful. That's actually something we can do. All right, so I'm just gonna go up and we're gonna go and I'm gonna. You just attacked at any point and kill it before I could even get to it. Like, why am I here? I'm like Black Widow in Avengers. All I'm here for is my great ass. But we got that guy. And then the heavy is actually just killing the entire team. And we are doing shit because he's taking your job. He's stealing your job. I like what commentator says in chats. Face stabs equals trick stabs. What you call pure luck, I call high-defining skill. And you can see we just shoot him and eventually capture. Here we go. Donald Trump's the winner, of course. Maybe the next election too, who knows? So that was another one of those games where the enemy team doesn't really have anything. And your attacking forces are so strong, they don't need your help to anything. They can more than handle their fair share of obstacles, which is what I said the first basic is that you have to play spy as a response to something. So here, Rare could have played anything but spy, and they might have even won more faster if he was capping, because it wasn't always ×3 on the cart. But if the enemies would have had, let's say, 3 sentries up on that hill or something like that, then yeah, that would have been a problem. So this is Mr. Mundy. It's been a while since we've seen him. And he's kind of in the same boat, because keep in mind, spies, you thrive when you are behind the enemy. But in this case, the enemy is inside their spawn. And like we saw with Dandy Bellybutton earlier, there's a limit to how far back you can go on a map. So we're just gonna fast forward here and see exactly what Mr. Mundy does, and that is for the most part just being a tourist and enjoying watching the blue team die to his delight, I would say. So the blue team, of course, just can attack at any point in time, because that's the only thing they can do. They can run out of the spawn and run back in. And then, oh, we saw a spy here. Yep, that's a spy, so we saved our Huntsman Sniper, which is very useful in maps with open and not narrow corridors in this part of the map. So we're just gonna jump up here, Mr. Mundy just having a look-see around, see if there's any high-risk targets, some high value, something we can get out with our nice stabs. And as you can see, there's absolutely nothing. Nothing, I tell you. Anything. What are we even doing here? Tell me. Are we here for the weather? Are we here for... Got the spy again. Oh! We are the spy killer of spies. Cool. Alright, so we have someone attacking here. I mean, whenever you see a demo man with a shield, you think, man, that's a threat. And, once again, there's nothing for us to do. There's the blue team just attacks. Oh, but an Uber! An Uber! Wait, hold on. Yes, I got him. And let me kill the medic. Did you guys see how that Pyro pretty much did all of the work and we stole his kill? And also, Mr. Mundy, stop playing with a knife, according to Paul Brawley in the chat. It's pre-recorded, so it's limited. Okay, so that was... Oh, he was a spy, but apparently his back wasn't. His back was it now? Fail stabs ashore and be like, oh my god, like fucking get good to trick stab the backstab, you idiot. So let's just speed this along and see if there's actually any, like a single target that our team is unable to kill. Blue team, struggling to get out of spawn. Red team, struggling to find purpose in life when blue team are so bad. Oh, but we killed the sniper. We killed Mr. Roshbi Suka Billet. debil urod. And all my Russian friends are like, and those who don't understand Russians are like, because they know billet. Oh, a sniper with a raceback. How? Random crits are a bunch of poopy. So that was Mr. Mundy, also having fairly no impact on the game whatsoever. I mean, he killed a couple of spies, but what are those spies gonna do anyway? Maybe kill the medic? Pfft, who knows? So that was all of the user submitted ones for today, so thank you for those. Let's look on to see me, because I haven't played Spy properly in a while. I had a lot of demos that were similar to Amadeus, so that's why I showed his instead of mine. So this is one of those places where the enemy team is so bad that anything works. And I actually obtain occupying spy, occupying space status from a spy eventually. So here we have a team. Full crits Krieg, yes, this is the target I want. Give me that. Yes, I got it. And, I have 24 health. The soldier has turned around. There is a scout shooting me. No, engineer, sorry. Is there a scout? No. There's the scout, yes. On a scale. I mean, you saw the timer. You know I'm not gonna die. So, misses the rocket. I run in front of a sniper. That's there. Didn't see me, obviously. 18 health. Misses the rocket. Allows me to pick up this health pack. And then I just kind of skedaddle out of there.
Incompetence surrounds me,
says the medic on the blue team, unironically. How to heal as a spy without the kunai. It's like this. You have your scout friend throw some milk on him, and then you stab him. Cool. Oh, and there's the medic again. All right. Get this engineer first. Boop. And then it's your turn, my friend. Let me just kill you. Yes, easy. Oh, I kill you, easy. Oh, he hasn't seen me. And then we have Minecraft King, who hangs around with his razorback and he's inspecting his sniper. Little does he know, his end is near. No, you can't destroy buildings in Team Fortress 2, you idiot. And now you can see that anything is good against this kind of blue team. And many, especially I think newer players who are like slightly above the level of blue team, I'd be like, I'm such a good spy, watch me kill this fucking medic a third time. Oh, watch this, he will never see this coming. Oh, you're such a bad medic. Random crits, a bunch of poopy. Did I mention that? Did I mention that it was a bunch of dookie butt? Cool. So, let's see how you can occupy a space as a spy, which I said before isn't possible. Well, and depending on how bad your enemies are, anything is possible, my friend. So, we're just gonna go in here with a pocket medic, and I have a revolver that does jack shit worth of damage, but two pyros with flamethrowers coming at me. This is where I die, except they suck and they die instead. And there's another pyro who keeps running at me, but I can't. Oh, Minecraft King, he's like, counter to spies, pyros. I know spies are counter to snipers. That's why I switched. To, oops, didn't work out, did you? You play like an idiot, you are gonna die like an idiot. Oh, an engineer. How will I ever deal with such an unstoppable genius? A trick stabber spy might have gone and stabbed this guy, but I'm like, dude, fuck it, just shoot him. It doesn't matter. Oh my god! I am not dead. I am still alive, but now I backed out because, you know, there's not a lot of sustain in the spy, not getting heals, but now I get heals, so I get the sustain. Cool. Going back, and everyone's like, GPS! Inzo, take a seat. A new revolver spy has entered the fray. Oh, look at him killing all the scrub lords. So good. Holy shit, that's a lot of blue. How will I ever stop them if I just keep... Okay, so they Ubered in, and there's like, oh, hello, Minecraft King. It's just another time for your utter demise. Under the might of me. It is! Ah, you are dead once again, Minecraft King. And then we pick up this, and then there's... Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! Random crits are so good. I rely upon them heavily in my strategies. And holy shit, dude. Ho, 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 ho. Alright, so we're just gonna... what should we do? Oh. Alright, so you're just gonna back up to me, that's fine. And I'm gonna sap all of your stuff. And shoot this guy. And the demo isn't over, but there's really nothing else happening for quite a while. I just run around and then I die to something, and I don't really do anything. So, when the enemy is bad, anything is good against bad opponents. And yeah, I feel for Minecraft King, like the teams were not fair. The level of competence on my team versus their team were immeasurable. Or unquantifiable, depending on which horrible movie trailer you watched. So this is actually me doing the only trick stab, the only trick stab I've ever really done. I don't really go for trick stabs, I just shoot them instead. I think that's a more reliable way of killing people. So here we have this pyro, Blood Assassin. He has his face towards the wall and I stab him in the back. I think he hit me somehow, but there we go. And he's like, I turned and hit you! What the fuck? He turned and hit me. What the fuck? He turned and hit me, what the fuck? Turned and hit me, what the fuck? Turned and hit me, what the fuck? Turned, he's dead, and this one I have to go further back. So he turned and he hit me. What the fuck? What the fuck happened? Alright, so we're gonna have to examine this one more time, like what actually happened. Did he turn and hit me, what the fuck? So here he is. I have 70 health, so he didn't actually hit me. So he turns. We're just gonna slow it down. You can see. I mean, that looked like his back to me, right? I mean, I don't know what he saw, but I saw him run into the wall with his face and the wall blocking him from moving the direction he was facing. So I'm not sure what he saw. And then we shoot the medic, of course, with our friend. That's my friend, Hexagon. Die, bitch. And just typing in chat. You're facing the wall for me. Sorry. And then I'm just gonna go around and try and do some spy stuff. But probably not. Pick up some of this stuff. And there's a bunch of meme hunter. Not gonna hunt me today. And then this is my biggest fear. Scouts are amazing spy hunters. Whoa, barely avoiding that arrow. And he knows, like, he knows that I'm weak. He knows where I'm gonna go. That's one thing to shut down spies. He's like, well, he's gonna need this. I'm gonna pick up this, deny him the ammo pack, and my cloak's about to run out. Like, I'm shit. Like he knows I'm here. He knows I can't have run far because as a spy in this situation, I was very predictable. I mean, I did run to this health pack as quickly as I could, and he knows it. So, this is where he totally fucks up. He leaves, checks his back, turns as my cloak comes back, and I'm like, ooh, that was a close one. So if he had like the tiniest bit of more like patience, which scouts obviously don't have, they're not the camper class, he would have totally killed me. But luckily I live and I get to have the most Amadeus of moments. Ah, this will be glorious. Hashtag spoilers. So we have, take the teleport, oh, an engineer. Oh, this is so easy. Let me just go over here and stab you, good sir. And then I'm gonna put the sapper on the sentry. I missed the sentry, in case you didn't see, and now I am dead to said sentry because I missed a stationary building that doesn't move because I was in such a hurry to destroy the rest of his stuff, and it ended with me perishing. Oh, trick sap. Well, Shadow Tutku. That's how I felt. So that was the spy basics. It started off serious and ended in just utter nonsense. So just to summarize, If you want the best results as a spy for basics, it is to play spy as a response, like when something is tough, something is hard to deal with, you can play spy to do that. Or of course you can always play spy if you want to practice. I mean, could be good as spy in any situation, but as we saw, there were certain situations where you had no impact on the game if your team was winning. The same way if you're losing, you have no impact on your team if you're losing and your team isn't able to occupy space. Because you can't do that as a spy unless your team's absolutely shit. But then again, anything's good against a bad team. Picking high-value targets, we saw that today. Medics, engineers, heavies, players who are generally being a pain in the ass. Great sniper. Like, it can be anyone. It can be any kind of class that is causing headaches for your team. They will become a priority target, so-called champions. I am such a champion when I play heavy on casual and brag about how good I am. It's also great for getting information. You can, like with the disguise, you can check what metagun the medics are using if you redisguise twice. Also, one thing we didn't see that much of was wasting the enemy time. Sometimes if you can get people to follow you, if you can get more than one people to follow you, you're doing good. Of course, you have to assist your team as well. In pushes, sometimes sentry rigs are notoriously well protected, so it's impossible for you to get it. Keep in mind that engineer plus sentry, you're already at a disadvantage as a spy because you have to get the engineer and sap or sap and stab. And if there's a pyro there, it's basically 3 versus 1 scenario, so you need some distractions. Or you can cause the distraction. Yes, and of course, if you get bumped to someone, change your direction immediately and try to avoid predictable paths because a predictable spy is a dead spy. So that's going to conclude our basic series. Thank you for watching. Be sure to join Steam group and Discord for announcements when we're going to do play sessions. We're going to do one right after this one. And yes, if you bump into someone, change direction. Yes, I said that. Next topic we're going to do, got this requested, we're going to do the sickest strats out of a map. This time, the map is going to be Payload Hoodoo. The Dust Bowl of payload maps is going to be the sickest strats. It can be anything. Anything you want. You just have to be sick. Sick good or sick terrible. Funny, great, depressing, spawn camping, all kinds of shenanigans. Bring your friends, do it by yourself. It's all up to you. It's an empty canvas of destruction and despair for yourself or the enemy, depending on how you approach things. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.